Hey roamers, I'm Jamie.
I'm Linda.
And this is Roaming with Rosie.
And today we're at Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument.
And we're watching Marc Guido put his socks and shoes on before we go on the hike today.
So Marc Guido from Grand Adventure will be accompanying us on this hike, and we'll see who makes it to the top first.
Probably Marc.
Yeah.
So Marc's already there and halfway up the tent.
I was kind of having fun on that road. I'll get it.
So let's get going. Three experienced hikers armed with cameras, each of us planning to enjoy the camaraderie of one another, sharing our joy in the natural world, and achieving the satisfaction of accomplishing another trail. And filming what we get to see so we can share with our YouTube audiences.
See what happens when you hike with YouTubers?
Shooting video all the time.
He's got that GoPro rolling.
There's so many pretty things already.
Indeed.
The three of us seem to perfectly balance each other out, and we all gain perspectives from the others that we may not have seen on our own. I actually think we're almost there. I was pacing myself for another half hour of going up all these stairs, but we're actually there. Before we knew it, we had arrived, and we were all silent. In this tucked-away corner of southwestern New Mexico, the caves suddenly appeared before us. The full perspective of these ancient cliff dwellings revealed themselves, and we felt an incredible awe in an often forgotten past. The Mogollon people built these unique cliff dwellings near the Gila River in the 1200s, and probably only lived here for a short time span, maybe less than 50 years. Long before the arrival of Europeans, these early Americans had lived, loved, and made the narrow canyons their home. Later explorers found walls of stone strewn with pottery fragments that were evidence of a well-developed culture. The dwellings consist of 5 distinct caves, each with about 40 rooms, and 40% of the walls retain their original plaster. Enough of the dwellings remain or have been restored to offer a glimpse of the homes and lives of the people of the Mogollon culture who lived here.
We're down.
These are true nomads right here. Everybody talks about being a nomad.
Yep.
Oh my God, feel the temperature? The temperature just dropped like 15 degrees. Oh my God.
Talking about chocolate.
Not so sure.
I don't know. I think I could make this a little more livable.
In New Mexico, as in other areas of the Southwest where we've encountered native ruins, they've all seemed to have disappeared between 1400.
Well, 1300 to around 1400. Not sure if it was because of major drought or because of volcanic activity.
Or meteor.
Or meteor, whatever,
Yeah,
but we're
so
not sure.
It's clearly not coincidental that all across the Southwest, that all of these ancient ruins have been found, and with dating the wood, the beams that they find in them, they find the history and the timing of everything.
Right.
And so much of it just disappeared all of a sudden at one point.
Well, not the stuff, the people.
Right, the people.
Basically vacated. So.
Any evidence of life after that point. Of course, later on, other native peoples, along with pioneers and everything else, found these as great homes to move into as they, looked around the Southwest and tried to find, a home for themselves.
Right.
Wow. This is spectacular.
Welcome to my home.
Quite the home.
I've said everywhere I visited I wanted to live. Now I'm not so sure.
I don't know. I think I could make this a little more livable.
Certainly nice and cool on a hot summer day. You can see where there was a second floor probably too.
Yep.
Or more. Look at those benches have survived 1,000 years. Look at how pretty this is. And you could see any enemies coming up. Marc, are you the enemy?
Not this one.
I see some people walking on it. Okay.
And it's not attached to the rock either. I'll point that out.
Oh, it's not?
No, I checked.
Oh.
I was able to move
Was there
it
a
in.
sign that said don't do this?
No.
Yeah, it's in your head. It's called common sense.
Hey, Knitzlow.
Yep.
You guys don't want to have to carry me back.
No, I
No.
prefer not to.
Survival of the fittest, man.
We were talking about the consequences for failure back there. Oh, yeah.
It's really nice here to enjoy this, like 80-something degrees. Coming from Arizona, where it's 110 and not dry right now. This is really, really amazing to go hiking in the middle of the summer, and all because we can go anywhere. I know they had some ladders. There's evidence of that. I don't know about that they had their own types of stairs. The stairs now have been built by modern man. And I just found a monarch butterfly. I've been hunting for one. And I actually found one. Oh my goodness. This was really worth it. Is about an hour-and-a-half drive, 40 miles from Silver City. Completely worth it. It was twisty, turny, enough to make me motion sick. But when we got here, and especially when we climbed up there, it wasn't as bad as I thought as far as how long we had to go upstairs. It was not as long as we thought it was going to take. When I was out of steam, we were there. So perfect timing. And it was just amazing. And it's just, if you think you can do it, do it. Come here and check this out. I have not been in such well-preserved ancient ruins as these in a long, long time. So this one, you can get up there, do it. Our ancestors are still alive. They did not go anywhere. They did not disappear. We're still here. Zuni Rain Priest Ronnie Chachini. Gila Cliff Dwellings National Monument was established via a presidential proclamation on November 16, 1907. But the more recent history and the fact that we are able to visit it and see so much of the original is often tied to one man, and we're headed to check out his establishments nearby. Doc Campbell arrived in the area at just 17 years old in 1929. After he learned most of the skills and trades needed, in 1940 Campbell purchased a 320-acre ranch here. Doc became an official custodian of the Cliff Dwellings National Monument in April of 1942. His job was to monitor the dwellings, transport visitors from a nearby town, count signatures on the register, and maintain the trail. For this, he was paid $12 a year for his efforts. Doc Campbell's trading post opened in 1963. They provided overnight accommodations and a convenience store with camping, picnic supplies, as well as gasoline. Doc's family still owns and operates the trading post. It's an unexpected treasure after the long and winding road up to here. They offer a cozy place to sit and enjoy some of the delicious treats they sell, as well as a really great selection of gifts, souvenirs, authentic handmade art and jewelry, as well as apparel and blankets for every budget. Just down the road, the Gila Hot Springs Ranch is still owned by the Campbell family. They offer accommodations for lodging or RV camping. They also have horseback riding as well as guided wilderness and hunting trips. We continued down the path to see the natural hot spring pools that sit along the Gila River, surrounded by the Gila Wilderness and the larger Gila National Forest. The hot springs has a small campground and 3 pools with natural rock perimeters and gravel bottoms. Each pool has its own personality and temperature, so you're sure to find one that pleases you. The normal temperatures of the pools is between 101 and 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The rules are simple but let you know what to expect here. The first rule states, a quiet, respectful attitude is mandatory. This campground has evolved into an area that appeals to those that like to listen to nature, not to music or loud crowds. Consequently, no music, except acoustical, or rowdy behavior among adults or children is permitted. On this trip, Jamie and I aren't staying long enough to partake in this. We're headed east in just a few days. And as usual, there's just places I want to come back to. This is lovely. And back on the road. Our next stop was to check out nearby Lake Roberts for possible future camping. We took a quick ride through Mesa Campground, which is nestled on the mesa above the lake. Definitely not crowded on a beautiful September weekend. There are several sites along the bluff with nice views of Lake Roberts. If you're looking for a lakeside retreat within easy driving distance of historic Silver City, I would recommend this highly. The spots are just $10 to $15 per night. We noticed a few big rigs here, and we were told they came a different way than we did from Silver City, which was very narrow with low-hanging trees. If you have a larger RV like Rosie, be sure to check maps or call the ranger for the best way to get there. The lake is named for Austin Roberts, a game department pilot who was killed in a crash in 1960 while dropping hay bales to starving deer during the winter. Lake Roberts opened in the spring of 1963. The lake was created purely for recreational purposes. It has a total of 74 acres of water surface. There's no swimming permitted in the lake. The thing to do here seems to be fishing, picnicking, hiking, or just relaxing in a comfy chair and taking in the scenery. Electric motored or non-motorized boats only, and the lake is stocked with trout, bigmouth bass, and catfish. We still had an hour drive back to Silver City, and Dexter would be waiting for dinner back at the RV, so it was time to head on back to town. Another beautiful day of roaming was ending. It was a blast spending it with our friend Marc Guido of the awesome YouTube channel Grand Adventure. He's an amazing videographer. If you haven't yet visited, you need to see what you've been missing, and there's a link in the description to this video.
If you're not yet a subscriber, make sure and hit that subscribe button.
And ring that bell so you'll be notified each time we put out a new video.
And make sure to leave a comment so you can be part of the conversation. Until next time,
See ya!
see ya.